I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at Smithy TV in downtown Toronto. Hi, I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto with actor David Bianchi. How does it feel to have the film 1982 here at TIFF?
It's incredible, you know. TIFF is it's one of the biggest stages in the world for independent film, you know, and not only is it a great stage for independent film, it's a buyer's market. So, you know, and if you look back at the history of TIFF, you know, a lot of the Oscar winners come through the funnel of TIFF. So, I mean, that right there is a tremendous honor. And just being in Toronto, I mean, like, I get 7 days of film. I get 7 days to hobnob and discuss and be around really creative people that are operating at the highest level. So to me, it's really an incredible experience, and I can't wait to come back.
Great. What really drew you to your character in 1982?
Well, initially, me and Tommy are very good friends. We met years and years ago at a film festival, actually, and since then we've stayed very tight. So I was working with him in earlier drafts of the script before it was even in development. Well, it was going through development before it was even in production. So my character, I play a cop that Hill Harper, who plays the lead, has to lean on throughout the story to be able to sort of try to find answers about where his wife is, because essentially it's a story about an estranged wife who falls into crack cocaine addiction in 1982, and primarily it's Hill Harper trying to fight the streets to get his wife back while also trying to protect his daughter as certain things throughout the story ensue.
What was it like working with Hill Harper, and how did you create that dynamic?
You know what, Hill is an incredible guy. We talk about inspiration, right? Like, Hill is truly inspiring, and I knew that when I went to Philly. I hadn't met him yet face to face in LA, but I knew I was going to work with him in Philly. So I took it upon myself to read one of his books, because I wanted to be able to go on set and understand the guy that I was going to meet, because he also executive produced the film, you know, and he wrote a book called Letters to a Young Brother, which are basically a series of handwritten letters from, you know, underprivileged kids to him that he mentors, and then in turn would pass those letters on to people like Nas, people like Oprah Winfrey, people like Barack Obama, and they would reply, you know, when these kids were going through, you know, life circumstances and life situations. And so it's this great book, and when I read that, I was like, okay, I'm really looking forward to meeting this guy. And you know, he's a class act. He's everything that you would expect and hope that he would be.
Great. And you've also produced over 11 films with your production company, Exertion Films. What inspired you to start Exertion Films?
I remember I was asked a question at the Phoenix Film Festival, and I'll try to paraphrase this. And the question, I was on a panel with a bunch of actors, and it was acting in independent film, and the question was, how do I get in the door? And everybody's like, oh, you gotta get an agent, oh, you gotta get a picture, you gotta get this, you gotta get that, you gotta meet somebody, right place, right time. Fuck all that. Can I say that? I just did, so it doesn't matter. My response was, what door are you talking about? Build a frame and walk through it. And your first frame is going to fall apart because you're not going to know how to bevel edges. You're not going to know how to really hit the nail properly. And, you know, the lock is going to be a little shanty. But as you continue to do it, you'll become a craftsman. And over the course of time, people will recognize your work, and they will want to hire you to be a part of the machine that you're creating. And so Exertion Films basically came out of, you know, being an actor of color, and already having, you know, an industry that is essentially against me, you know, from a statistical standpoint, from a casting standpoint. I wanted to be able to create opportunities for myself, to be able to demonstrate to an industry that, yeah, I got what it takes. And so through that process of many, many years of producing, you know, my friends are mostly directors and producers, not actors. I'm an actor. I love y'all actors. I love actors. Yeah, but actors don't get you jobs. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they're taking your jobs, you know, and they're going to be less more inclined to help you. Whereas when, you know, your friends are directors and producers and cinematographers, it's like, it's so easy to put things together.
And what types of projects do you hope to develop at Exertion Films in the future?
Well, there's a lot of projects. I mean, I've produced a couple of features and a bunch of music videos, all kinds of smaller short films that have all done really, really well. Was nominated for an Uhlmann Award, which is like considered a Latin Golden Globe for a project I produced. Going into production on a feature called Dysfunction in February, with a bunch of fun people: Sally Kirkland, Annie Dick, Emilio Rivera, Jerry Bednob, some fun people. It's sort of like The Hangover meets Boogie Nights with a Requiem for a Dream sprinkled on top. It's kind of grimy. And then right now we just launched a new web series, a new comedy web series called Sex Pose Man, which is absolutely hysterical. Hashtag sex pose, man. I guarantee you'll laugh your stones off. And you get to see Bianchi in a very, very completely different light.
And where is the best place to find out more information on you and all of your projects online?
Sure, yeah. You could just, obviously, the usual suspects, Google, IMDb, or whatever that is. But my production company is exertionfilms.com. My personal site is davebianchi.com, because some dude in Italy owns davidbianchi.com, and he wants a lot of money for it. So I'm looking for you, bro. I know where you live.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations, and have an amazing time here at TIFF.
Thank you. And 1982, Toronto International Film Festival, 2013. Keep your eyes open. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats in downtown Toronto.